I'm live. Oh, I should have shared this. Oh, well, hang on. Hang on, I'll share this somehow. How do I do that? Whatever. I can do that somehow. I'll go over to Twitter and I'll be like, hey, I'm on. Hey, you know what? New Twitter is ridiculous. Like a lot of stuff, everything that has happened on Twitter, like within the past 2 days, the way it looks now is what is pissing me off the most. The absolute most. Okay. Let's see. I'm over on YouTube, streaming live. That seems like a great choice. Actually, it is a great choice. And here's the thing. So okay. Anyway. Oh, hi, there's 2 people here now that have seen me like send that thing out on Twitter. Wow. So like new Twitter is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know. Like I'll get used to it. I'm not good at change. My office is a wreck because I have been I haven't had the spoons to clean it because I've been doing the show for like however long and what have you. But I wanted to like talk on here. Like I wanted to have my Felina Hopkins moment. I promise it's not going to be a Felina Hopkins moment. I'm not going to like start taking out. Oh my God, I do have a greeting card here though. Oh my God. I do have a greeting card because we just closed the show. And people give you cards during the show. So I've got like 2 greeting cards here. I could take them out and be like, you're so brave. Jenny, you're so brave and you're so wonderful. Everything you do is touched by gold. You're fantastic. But no, I won't do that. They were just like, hey, it was fun being in the show with you. See you again next year, because it's like a yearly thing we do. Anyway, I wanted to get on here because I just had like all of these thoughts that were kind of difficult to process. And I talked a little bit about it on Twitter today, but I feel like your tone isn't properly conveyed unless you're doing it in person. I know I'm the first person who's ever realized this. I understand that. I mean, like you're welcome for that insight that nobody else has ever fucking had, right? But I feel like sometimes if you don't say things like face to face, and I know this isn't face to face, but it's as face to face as I can get. If you don't say things face to face, they can come off as insincere. They can come off as like a thing for attention. They can come off as just all sorts of like nonsense, all sorts of crap. And I don't want it to come off that way because that's not really like not really what I was trying to say on Twitter earlier. So just a little bit of background. I'm not going to beat a dead horse on this one, but someone on Twitter who I've had, I guess we had an issue in the past. I don't know, because I had her blocked. And like back in January, I noticed that I had her blocked, and it was like a weird thing. It was like she had commented on something, and I thought I used to be mutuals with her, but I've got her blocked. So I've forgotten what I blocked her about. But I had blocked her about something. Who knows? And apparently the story that was given was that I had threatened, I don't know, it's murky because I tried not to look at screen caps because I'm trying to be like in a mentally healthy place, right? So I'm trying not to be, looking for things that will intentionally hurt myself. Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes I do that. I get into this mood and I go, I'm going to go look for things that's going to intentionally hurt my feelings. And then I hurt my own feelings. Well, that wasn't the case this time. Somebody just happened to mention that it had happened. And this person had said that either I had threatened to throw a drink in someone's face or I had thrown a drink in someone's face. And the latter could not be true because I had never met the person. I've never met this person or been face to face with this person in my life. And I don't throw drinks because they're expensive. So neither of those could have happened. Now, threatening, I may have made an offhanded comment at one point and be like, yeah, if I ever see that bitch, I'd throw a drink in her face. But I don't think that was even the case there either, because, it could have been, because I just don't remember it. But I don't think that was the case, because I always say that, like, my number one thing that I want in life is to have somebody throw a drink in my face. I would think I don't know. I want to have that moment where somebody walks up and is like, bitch, and like throws a drink in my face. We watched Falcon Crest and Dynasty in Dallas and shit when I was little, because TV only had 3 channels. But so maybe I said something about, I'd throw a drink in her face or something, but I didn't actually do it. But again, I don't know which one of those was the actual rumor, because I'm trying not to look at stuff. And then something came up where she was like, well, I'm from the trailer park. I don't throw drinks. I throw hands. So this got me a little bit, because it's kind of like the Jade Lee thing. Or not Jade Lee. Oh my God, no, not Jade Lee. I love Jade Lee. Jade Lee is amazing. Sorry. sorry about that. No. Jade Black. God, I can't believe I mixed those two people up. They are like night and day. But it's like the Jade Black thing years ago, where on Twitter she said that she was going to. She was like threatening and weird, and she's like, "Well, I'll see you in Vegas," because we were both going to be in the same convention like the next day. And I was like, "Are you like threatening to beat me up?" Because it was just the way she said it. It just seemed like she was like threatening to beat me up. So it's sort of like that kind of thing, where they had said, I don't throw drinks, I throw hands or something. And I took that as obviously what that means is if I saw her, I would beat her up. And that's kind of what people came to me, like, oh, did you hear that so-and-so said that if they saw you, they would beat you up? And so I got on Twitter and I was really pissed, because here's the thing. I don't like that kind of shit. I don't like being threatened that way. If somebody comes at me and says they're going to cause me physical harm, I will say some shit right back. And that is exactly what happened last night. I said some things that maybe weren't very nice, but I also feel like if somebody is saying, and this could just be me, I don't know. I have a really hard time, and I'll get to this point later. But I have a really hard time sometimes telling what's going on with people, like how they feel about me, or what the words they are saying to me mean. It's autism. I don't know. Sometimes I don't get double meanings. Sometimes I don't get shade. Sometimes I don't get that kind of stuff, because, I try, but like I'm autistic. So what ended up happening though was I said stuff and I went to bed, and I got up the next morning and I realized nobody had sort of called out the fact that this person had said this. And then people were coming to me and being like, well, these people that or, on Twitter, these, were also, these people were chiming in. Now, I don't necessarily need to know every time somebody's saying something mean about me. That's not good for me. But it does concern me. I'm glad that people told me that some of the people that were liking it and commenting it and joining in, sort of, that they were mutuals. Because here's the thing. I don't understand how online stuff really works in terms of, if you follow me on Twitter and I follow you on Twitter and we're mutuals, or even if I don't follow you, but if we just talk, and we talk to each other and we talk in a friendly way, then I assume that there is not like, oh, we're friends, but I assume that there is some sort of shared warmth or mutual respect there, in which if there was an issue, you wouldn't necessarily take my side, but maybe you might say, hey, don't say you're going to beat this person up or whatever. And I don't know anything about the person that said it, but what I do know is that sometimes people will say things about me, or they will make comments. I don't get a lot of like, oh, I'm going to beat you up type stuff from like real people. I get that shit from like the MAGAs and the, but they're not people. Like people, so I get, so it was weird to me, because I thought, well, if I saw somebody say that, to somebody that I know, if I saw somebody say, that That's right. I'd be like, like let's leave that out of it. Like you get to have your opinion. One of the things I say a lot is um that people know people different ways. And so if I know someone one way and somebody else knows that person another way, then, they might say, oh, blah, blah, blah. I hated this and I such and such, or they suck and they blah, blah, blah. I might say, I don't feel that way about them, but this was the experience that I had. This is actually something that came up really recently when I heard some people talking about someone in the local theater community. And like all these people were like, oh my gosh, this person is so nice. And this person is so, but in the past had done something very cruel to me. And so I didn't go, oh, don't think that that's a nice person because blah, blah, blah. Because clearly there is no definitive, there is no like definite, this person is this way. You can judge a person's actions, but this person's actions towards these people were good. So, and it just may have been a personal thing. So I said, that wasn't my experience with that person. That's not how I know her, but I'm glad that you have that relationship. I feel like people should be able to do that. And I feel like if you don't do that, it's not necessarily picking sides, but I think it might be like, I don't want to say anything mean about people because these were like, some of these people are people that like I actually like I do respect, and I do have that warm, not that sort of feeling towards of like, if I ran into them, at the grocery store, I'd be like, oh hey, like I wouldn't duck down an aisle to avoid them. And I feel like by not speaking up or not saying or even actively sort of like joining into the conversation, with not mentioning, like joining the conversation, be like, oh, I totally agree. I completely agree. Again, a theater thing that happened recently. I've got some friends who felt they had a really bad experience that happened during a production. I thought it was okay, but I'm not going to tell them, no, you're wrong. I'm not going to say like, no. I could say objectively, yes, these actions did happen. They didn't bother me, but they did happen. Penny. Oh, Bianca, wait, somebody threatened to sue you like over this recent thing? Like somebody threatened to sue you over this recent thing? Anyway, I just feel like if you walked into a room, okay, and you have a coworker who you don't like, but you don't hate them, like maybe you don't know them real well, maybe you're always like, hey, or like when you see them in the break room, you do that smile, like when you see each other. Oh, Jade Black threatened to sue me. She threatened to sue me too. She didn't have any money left though, so she couldn't. Anyway, people give that smile. If you walked into another room and you heard your coworkers laughing and joking about like physically assaulting that person, I just feel like maybe there's a sort of thought that that maybe you should say, like if I was in that situation, I would probably say, hey, don't. That's like don't do that. Now I can't say that I've always been like that or it would be like that all the time. But I kind of don't like that stuff. Like, hey, that's not cool would be fine. Kind of like when people were trying to armchair diagnose the worst person I ever met on my blog, and every single thing would come through, and I'd be like, don't try to armchair diagnose her, and I'd say, hey, don't do that. You can say, hey, that's not cool without invalidating the person's feelings. And someone could have said at any point, any of the people liking or commenting in response to this person saying that, that they were gonna hit me or whatever. And again, if somebody comes to me and says, oh, you're talking about the wrong person, okay, I don't think I am. Everybody kind of made it clear that the person who said it was. But anybody who kind of saw that happening and either liked it or responded and ignored that part, I mean, I feel like you could have said, hey, I get it. I find these things about her obnoxious too, but you really shouldn't be, saying something like that. That's messed up. Real quick pause to explain. I've got a beagle over there who's 17 years old and whose favorite thing in the world is licking a pillow. And he does so with such gusto that it's disgusting. It sounds disgusting. That's why I've got this fan on, and hopefully that covers up some of the sound. But if it doesn't, I'm sorry. Hopefully the story will be good enough. Anyway, whatever I end up doing here tonight, who knows how long I'm going to be on here, because seriously, it's a night. Anyway, I just feel like that people could share their frustrations and their whatever without going to, and especially because I started thinking about like, a big part of being in the romance community and stuff, which I'm not a part of. I feel like you go to conferences and you go to whatever. I feel like saying that stuff publicly and being like, if I saw her, I whatever was said would make me feel like I can't really go there, because what if this person is there? Now, here's where my autism mind is. I don't think to myself, oh no, what if I go to a convention and this person is there? They'll beat me up. I don't think that in my head. I think, oh my God, what if I go to this convention and this person is there and they don't want me there? That's not fair to them because they don't want me there. And because in my head, what I've done is gone, okay, this person said they wanted to beat me up. They must have a reason. The reason that they would want to beat me up must be very good. Therefore, I clearly was the cause of it. I am, in fact, in the wrong if this person is moved to feeling violent toward me. Then I am in the wrong. And so then I'm encroaching upon their whatever. So I don't go, so I don't go to conferences. I don't go to whatever. And like I said, it's not that I wouldn't feel safe, because I feel like when you are on Twitter, I think a lot of people haven't grown up the way that I did. And in the town that I grew up, and in the time, we didn't have TV. We had to make our own fun. And we had TV, but we didn't have cable. We had to beat the shit out of each other. But I mean, I don't feel like, oh no, they might, beat me up, because I don't think people always realize that the shit that they say online that they think sounds tough and stuff like that is shit that would get them knocked on their ass in person. And they're not prepared for that. So I don't think that the thing was made as it wasn't like a threat. It wasn't like, but I do think that a big reason that if stuff like this goes down, and this thing especially, I do think a big reason of it, yes, I am an abrasive person and I am a lot to take sometimes. But I just want to point out that what happened here was that someone, again, I don't know anything about her or her life story or anything. I don't know even what her last name was. And so she, I lost my train of thought because I looked over there at Bianca's comment. Anyway, I don't know anything about her, but what I do know is that I cannot think of another sort of group on the internet. Okay. Like I can't think, I can think of people that could get away with it, obviously, but I just mean in terms of like, these are people who are very visible. Like the person who said this is fairly visible and outspoken from what I understand about a lot of stuff. And I feel like that gave her a pass to say something like that to someone who is, she knows enough about me to not like me. So she knows enough about me to know that I'm autistic, that I'm queer, that I'm disabled, that I'm mentally ill. Like she knows enough about me. If she doesn't like me to the extent she doesn't like me, then she must know enough about me to know all of those things, like, or at least one of them. And I feel like it's the thing that's being said is that, okay, well, it's not a big deal. It's whatever. Oh, Jenny is really abrasive. Jenny is, a bitch, and she starts shit and she whatever, which I guess, but I also feel like it's not starting shit. It's pointing out like what's right there. It's sort of like there's shit in the middle of the room and you go, hey, look, there's shit right there. And everybody goes, oh, well, you must have shit there. You must have dragged that shit there. You put that shit there and you're the cause of that shit. And it's like, well, no, like the shit was there. I just noticed it. Like, and if we notice it, we can clean the shit up, maybe we could, like, I don't know, like off the top of my head, clean the shit up. But instead it's like, well, you noticed this shit. How dare you? We were all going to pretend the shit didn't exist. Right. So, Yeah, but I mean, even then, if you don't like the fact that I'm the one that pointed out the shit and you were perfectly happy living in and around the shit, that's fine. Lots of people do it, you know. It could be the whole fucking Grey Gardens thing. I don't care. But I feel like this I can think of very few people in the community who could get away with saying something like that about someone who already like dehumanized on several fronts. Say, okay, I want to beat up this like queer autistic disabled lady who's mentally ill and very open about all this stuff. And this was a person that I don't know if she was keeping tabs or what. I just feel like you know, right? She would know that. I know this sounds rambly, but it's because I'm high and because I didn't really sit down and prepare remarks. This is all stuff that if I was sitting on Twitter and I was typing, I would go, okay, this is how it is. This is, you know, what's happening. And I would be able to choose my words very carefully, but I also feel like that doesn't sound genuine because sometimes I'll read it back and I'll go, it kind of sounds like I'm just saying this as like a drama thing or I'm whatever. So I kind of guess I wanted to just show that like this is my baseline. Anybody that has met me in person knows that this is me calm. I know it sounds like, you know, yeah, I'm manic because I kind of, oh my God, I just did that thing. Oh my God, I am having my Felina Hopkins moment. Oh my God, I'm going to go star in a movie. A movie that I wrote and made and cast. Some like fucking laughably. There's like a really like laughably bad actor that I'm like, I hope that guy didn't get paid. I hope you never talk to him again. Anyway, as I was saying, I should have arranged multiple water glasses. No, I realize how weird this is. But anybody who knows me knows that this is my baseline. And so I'm not hysterical. I'm not furious. I'm not going, poor me, pity me. You know, I want to pay attention and feel bad for me. I'm not, that's not kind of where I am right now. I'm just sort of trying to work things out in my brain and work through them. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was that whole deal of how I don't kind of understand how that goes. And I don't understand how that works. I guess I didn't have as good a grasp on how, yeah, I do talk about this. Like, I do talk like this about breakfast. Bianca is right. And I specifically talk like this about breakfast when I'm shoving it into my dress and my bra and my everything at a convention because I helped sponsor the breakfast. Watch, he's gonna bark to get out like I have pants on. I don't. Uh-oh. We're having it. Hey, you're making me have a Felina Hopkins moment. Hang on. I'm trying to have pants somewhere. I have some pants here. So this is actually pretty fun. I should do this more often. I should just get on here more often. But there's alleged tea. I mean, I don't think it's tea. I think it's just like if I explained to you like how I made the tea. I don't know. Not really. I don't like tea. I don't know a lot of tea metaphors because I'm trying to put on pants. I don't know a lot of tea metaphors because I'm fucking American. And the only way I know how to prepare tea is to throw it in the harbor. And that's the goddamn truth. Anyway, the point of the matter is that I now have my pants half up. And I got to do this real fucking gingerly. Maybe not. Maybe he's just going to chill out in front of the fan. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you're standing all the garbage you dragged all over my office. Anyway, now that I have a pair of pants that are half on, which is somehow worse than when you pull your pants half down, I will get back to, I guess, the thing that I was going to say is that I'm having a hard time figuring out, or I have a hard time figuring out a lot of times, not relationship type things. I feel like sometimes I have good masking behavior. I know that like right now I don't, but I feel like sometimes I do. And I think that can lead people to believe that I understand things better than I do. Like yesterday I was messaging with Scarlett Parrish and she said, she said something, and it was something sarcastic, and I was like, I can't tell. Or I was like kind of jokingly, I was like, don't tell anybody. And she was like, tell anybody what? And I was like, I don't know if that means you didn't get the message that I sent you, or if it means you're like being like wink wink, like whatever. So I have a hard time telling tone and stuff. Like I said, and everybody does in text. I just wanted everyone to know that my thoughts on the matter, like I don't have a lot of hard feelings, and the reason why is because because of the thing I said, where I generally feel like I am. If someone feels a way about me, it's probably because I did something. And what did I do to make them feel that way? And this is sort of a lifelong process that I think like pretty much anybody who has autism remembers, being at school and, oh, you're weird because you did this. And like, okay, filed away, I'm weird. The humans don't like this. I actually spent a lot of my childhood, I pretended I was an alien. Which it was weirdly comforting. It was I pretended that I was an alien and everybody else was the humans, and I was like studying and stuff. Like that was a thing that I pretended. So I was sort of hit with the same thing today, where I was like, okay, well, I don't, if somebody doesn't like me, there's probably a reason. And it's probably a valid reason, because who am I to say that somebody else's experience is invalid, right? So how do I fix that? How do I change that? How do I make myself not annoying, not bad, not half pants off because I can't go to the door to let you out when you're just gonna go bark at the stairs like I need to go to bed anyway? Okay, guys, here's what I've got. I've got my running tights. Here we go. I'm gonna try to put my running tights on and let the dog out the door, like just so that, oh my god. And then I wore them already, so they're kind of like, they were sweaty, but they're not like damp. They're just tight from sweat, like they're stiff, like they're, because I accidentally wore my winter ones when I was running yesterday. Bad move. Okay, so like and subscribe if you want to see me try to put pants on without exposing myself. Oh my god, and they're leggings, so look at that. That's phenomenal. Jenny, you're a fucking rock star. Get out. Oh, and also hopefully you can probably, yeah, do you see that? Wasn't that great? You're welcome. Oh, and they're so hot though, so I'm taking my pants off. Oh shit. Anyway, the point is that I don't have a good grasp of the occasion. Weird stuff has happened, Bunny. All sorts of strange things have happened. Long story short, I'm not really good at figuring out certain things about how people relate to each other. And I was just explaining that when I was a kid, I would pretend to be an alien so that I could try to go, okay, well, the humans don't like this. So I'm kind of at that point with romance Twitter where, because one of the other things is I identify a lot with Invader Zim. I have this Invader Zim-like need to infiltrate. So if there's a space that people are resistant to me being in, and I don't mean something like a closed tradition religiously or literally like not letting people have their personal space. I mean like, okay, the idea of a community, right? Of the romance community, and the idea that like, okay, well, I write romance. Am I part of the community? And when I feel like I'm not, because I don't think I am, and that's kind of the other point of this video. When I feel like I'm not, I think, oh, you know what? Fuck it. You don't want me here. I'm going to be here. The humans don't like this. Oh, I'm glad, Rachel. I'm glad you like the first chapter of Where We Land. I love that book. Anyway, I feel like, I start to feel like Zim, where I'm like, I'm going to try to prove that I'm human even harder. And I've been doing that with the romance community. I've been sitting there going, you don't like me? Well, I'm going to stay anyway because I'm a rebel. I'm a loner, Dottie. I'm a rebel. And I'm going to stay and you're going to love me. Basically, I just turned into fucking Effie right before the intermission of Dreamgirls, right? And I'm just like, I'm telling you, I am not going. I'm staying right here and you're going to love me. And that doesn't work. That's never in the history. It didn't even work in Dreamgirls. I don't know where that comes from. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, am I really a writer? Am I really, can you be a romance writer without being in the romance community, without engaging with, other writers? What have I done to myself and my prospects as a writer for success by not sort of cultivating, by not being one of the people that is willing to hold their nose? Like, okay, well, I'm getting paid to avoid or smell the shit in the room, right? How to not be. I know I like young adult. I really do like young adult. Yeah, and I hopefully I'm hoping next year we'll all have a Nightmare Born sequel done. That won't be on Radish. It'll come out as a book. Anyway, I think to myself, if I had held my nose, if I had pretended right along that there wasn't shit in the room, right, then I would probably be farther, right? I would probably be farther along, or further, or whatever. I'm a writer. Who the fuck cares, right? So, I think about all that stuff, and then I think, well, then how am I doing okay? Well, tonight my friend Petra, who's amazing on Twitter, was telling me that she felt, and I'm not going to go into all the stuff, but that she felt that I'm not a romance community person. I have a wide base everywhere. I'm not sure most of the people who buy my books even participate in the romance community. Ha! I'm listening to yelling in the kitchen, so a dog must be getting into something it oughtn't. Anyway, what is going on out there? Anyway, what was I talking about? The shit on the floor, then the stuff, and then the thing. And I smoked weed. And now all I have to do, I've already done the greeting cards. I've already done the weird voices and whatever. I don't have, I do have, hang on. I can open a can of water here, okay? Like, here we go. So now I can pick up a drink from another place and put it down. And then I'll pick up my drink over there, and it'll be like weird. And they'll be like, how many drinks did she have? That's water. I'm not I'm not double fisting booze. But I have a wider sort of thing like around. I have people that follow me from the blog, right? Like Rachel's saying she follows me on the blog. I've got people who follow me for the blog, people who follow me on Twitter for like my high tweets. The other night I said something about that, and somebody said, but I follow you for the high tweets. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. There's all of these sort of different little things that where I have people coming from and who know me from different places. So I'm not limited to just being, I had greeting cards on my desk, and I was saying that I could pick them up and show them. I was so excited. What did I do with them? I don't know, but now my pants have fully fallen the fuck off. Anyway, who knows? Yeah. Anyway, I have lots of people that just follow me from whatever. So I don't feel, so what I'm saying, I don't feel like I need the romance community. I'm not saying I don't need you, blah, 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 and I'm going to go take my toys and go home. I just mean that maybe that could be a big part of why I don't really fit in with anything over there, and why I do grate on nerves. There might be what title? What's the title for your next video going to be? Taking away toys and going home or something? I don't know. But anyway, I digress over and over again, because this really is how I am. Baseline. This is people go, oh, did you ever do cocaine? Yeah, I did. Can you fucking imagine what that was like for everyone around me? Oh, the cards. Yeah, do that. Make your next video about my meltdown, because here's the thing. I know that at some point someone's going to be like, well, Jenny Trout had a fucking meltdown on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to be like, you know what? No, I didn't. I went on YouTube and I explained how my brain does not work for shit. And then I started organizing my makeup box, which is disgusting because I just did a show. And I think I said in the thing that I was going to organize this bitch. But this is a fucking behemoth. This is a fucking... Anyway, so... I know, I'll try to do better as a meltdown. I can throw this out, this nasty-ass sponge. I would like to say that this was from the show. I would like to say that. But it wasn't. But does anybody keep your eyeshadow longer than it says? Because I bought this clearance eyeshadow in like 2009, and it's expensive. And I didn't even really use it. Ooh, shit, now it's all broken. No, it isn't. It's clearance. It's the luxury shit. I didn't even like use it that much. Anyway, I'm keeping it. You know what? I don't need opinions on that. I'll just fucking keep if I want an eye infection, I will give myself an eye infection. So I had to go get different stuff because this is like Smashbox. This is back when I was buying like all the really luxury makeup. This is like Smashbox. I'm not buying luxury makeup anymore. I went to the dollar store or whatever. Today, no, I went to Walgreens. And speaking of which, I went to Walgreens, okay? And I had looked on their website and it said they had e.l.f. makeup. And I went to this Walgreens and it literally had 3 rows of hanger tabs of e.l.f. stuff. Like 2 things of foundation. Like that was it. I don't think they should be able to say on their website that they have e.l.f. I'm sorry. I think they have like a few products and that's it. Simmering Sands. I don't know if I'm going to use this ever again. This is like Lip Fusion Infatuation. And it was like supposed to make, it's really gloopy now. It's really old. Back when I used to write for that beauty blog, they sent this to me in part like for like a Christmas present. And it had like all of this like luxury shit in it. Like this like face cream that had fucking diamonds in it. I was like, no, no fucking wonder you couldn't afford freelancers anymore. But 2, that's, all foundation smells like paint. I think all foundation smells like paint, though. That's from a Urban Decay thing. I got my tweezers, my eye tweezers, and I got this. This is my daughter's. I don't know why I have this. See, that's the problem. I have all of this shit. Look, do you want to hear something bullshit? This is why when you have kids, shit gets like this. This is MAC Viva Glam, the Rihanna Frost. Right? Okay, look at that. I don't put my lipstick on like that because I am not 1,000 years old. But my daughter, okay, hangs out with elderly ladies all the time. And she used this lipstick and look at it. It looks like an old lady's lipstick. Look at that. Anyway, this is the, but anyway, my daughter says, Mom, that's mine. I said, no, it isn't. She said, you bought it for me. I said, there's no fucking way. You are 10 years old. There is no fucking way I bought you MAC makeup. Like, there's no way that happened. I know I bought the Rihanna one. And that was like a few years ago. Anyway, that's hers too to worry about. I don't know if I should just take everything out. Like, so I should take everything out and wash my brushes. See, I'm doing this in a panic because I have a camera, an on-camera thing tomorrow for someone's virtual summit. Look at that. NYX Ultimate Edit. Those are pretty bright. I used some of those for Oz. I guess I could throw out this Lancome. Sumptuous Extreme. There's like some luxury shit in here that I'm like, I know I should throw it out because I haven't had money in that long. Anyway, I've also got this cheap ass Spring Fling Baked Illuminator. I don't even fucking know what this is. I've never even heard of Jasmine Labelle, but this shit is for real. That's good. I don't want to chuck it all. That's expensive. That's some expensive shit. There's a eyeliner. I guess I just take everything out. I got Dermablend concealer. This is one of the few things that I will pay out a lot of money for, and that's just because it covers my tattoos, and there's really no other product that does it like Dermablend. However, the Dermablend setting powder that I bought last time I was there that you absolutely have to use. Last time I had to buy some. I accidentally bought it in cool beige. I don't know if you can tell from my webcam, but I am neither cool nor beige. So I think I can chuck this. There's no way of making this work. So let's see. There's some NYX red eyeshadow. And then there's some NYX green. This Vivid Bright stuff was actually the makeup that they used. You can see it's all dug out. Is the makeup that they used for my Wizard of Oz guard makeup, which was very Ziggy Stardust and cool. So, no red eyeshadow. I remember you didn't used to be able to get red eyeshadow because it was like always had like some weird like fucking carmine or something in it. I don't think it has carmine in it anymore, but I do know that carmine was apparently not great because because when I was in War Paint, there was a song where they sing about what they put inside of the jar, which is when the FDA started saying, okay, beauty companies have to label what they're putting in their makeup. And there's a line where they say that there's cycloban, parabens, carmine dye, and something else. I can't believe how quickly I've forgotten that music. Anyway, in a pink frilly box, it's a Trojan horse of toxins, what they put inside of the jar. All right, so that I've got LA Colors Conceal and Correct because I am nothing if not a classy lady. That's the thing. Why would you threaten somebody? I know she doesn't know that I have LA Colors in my makeup thing, but why would you threaten somebody who has LA Colors in their makeup thing? Because you know what? The only people that have LA Colors in their makeup thing as a serious product that they use are children and bitches who will throw you on the ground. That is not a threat. That is me typing people. That's me saying that those people, LA Colors is a pretty fucking good sign that you're messing with someone who's been through some shit, is what I'm saying. So I've got this. This was also from Wizard of Oz, and it was Urban Decay Heavy Metal. Go clean your makeup table, Rachel. I'm just going to be here all night fucking around. This is really not a formal sort of, this is a drop-in, opt-out. I got to wash these brushes. I got some NYX eyeliner here. I've got some, this is lash adhesive that is in the color black. This might sound like a good idea. It is not, because even though it will look seamless and beautiful and what have you with your eyelid or your eyeliner, yeah, I was literally just doing some shit. That's all I was doing. But anyway, your eyeliner is supposed to blend in with your eyeliner or what have you. But the next day when you wake up, you have all of these little black boogers in your eyes. Mercury retrograde. I don't know. Should I wash this? I don't think I can wash this. I'm throwing it out. This is, you know, lipstick that I don't wear, but my kid made it for me, so I keep it. I've got some glitter because it's the 90s. Got some bobby pins. I guess I don't fucking need those anymore. Gotta wash all these brushes though. I've got this NYX Emerald City eyeliner was another thing that I had for this, but for the show. This didn't get used in the show at all, but it's another NYX Vivid Bright eyeliner, and it is super bright. It is like, this is like a weird pistachio color. It's totally strange. I don't know if I'll ever wear it, but I bought it on accident. A lot of the products I have in here are ones that I bought on accident because I'm organized. See, this e.l.f. like this is a cream blush. I love those. I fucking love that. I fucking love it. Got like a sample here of Smashbox primer. It's probably all dried up. Like, what are you doing, Jenny? This is why you couldn't find anything during the show. Anyway, so back to like the talking about the shit that went down yesterday. I'm also aware, I am aware that people got into arguments over it, over, you know, everything that went down. And it pisses me off because I kind of think that was the point. I kind of think people wanted people to stop talking about Alexa Riley. And so they started doing this. What's up, Beast of Vegas? So I guess I kind of thought that like that was part of, I don't know, like they were trying to, oh, there's a pencil hiding there. Oh, that's just a Coastal Scents Express line. You can tell I have all the classiest makeup. You can see how filthy it is in here too. But what was I talking about? Anyway, they already did it again. Holy shit. So there's another, this is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal. This is the Gunmetal one. And yes, it's very old. It's from like 2014 because it was from the Pulp Fiction collection. Okay, that was like before we knew the shit about Quentin Tarantino and Harvey Weinstein, okay? That was a really good makeup collection. I still actually have the eyeshadow in here too. And then I have this red concealer from Lancome that is also used in covering up my tattoos. I have a little, look at how squeezed and collapsed this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm going to get every last drop of that green primer out of there. I can throw away these nasty green eyelashes. Oh, Alexa Riley's like a scammer who just got banned from Amazon. It's like a whole thing. And a whole bunch of stuff went down. And it was... Anyway, I feel like that was what I was talking about. I feel like a lot of the drama that was created, because the person that said the thing that didn't need to be said at all, that was kind of inappropriate. There's another one my daughter made me. Oh my God, it matches that one eyeliner. Man, do I really want to throw out this Beneful eyelash stuff that I've had for clearly over a year and it's like dry and chalky? Why would I want to? I know this feels so good to like just be trashing all this shit, Rachel. She was a book stuffer. People have gone to great lengths to explain why the way that she was stuffing her books was okay. I don't know. Like Amazon disagreed, I guess, but oh, look at this thing. I bought this. This is a Maybelline Curvitude Liner Tressure. And it's like a fucking, look, it looks like a butt plug. Keeping it, even though I've used it a lot. And it's probably not worth keeping. I can't get rid of everything. Some Bare Minerals bronzer here, because if I don't have bronzer, I look like a ghost. Got these cotton rounds, Top Care cotton rounds. They've spilled everywhere. The Coastal Scents Metal Mania palette, right? So again, like, why would you say this shit about someone that has all this stuff in here? But anyway, I feel like stuff happened and people started like defending me. There's a stock in here. That's awesome. They started like defending me and things got heated, and it was so fucking awkward, you guys, because I could see I'm just collecting up the spilled cotton rounds. I could see some of the conversations happening, like where people were going like, it's okay, or it's whatever, and yada, yada. And I'm going, oh my God, you guys, you know I can see you talking about this? Are you aware that I can see you saying, debating these things? And then it got completely off track, and there was like all sorts of stuff going on. And then Buddy was like, well, I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, the implication at the end of all this was that people were defending me, and that made me bad or something. I don't need the keys to this shit. I'm never going to lock this shit. Oh no, I do need the keys to this shit because I have locked it before. No, I haven't. Fuck it. I'm not going to lock it without the key. Am I going to lock myself out? Iconic matte lipstick in Chauffeur. I have like a bunch of cool lipstick upstairs. I don't know why I didn't. Like, I'll put it in here later. Once I get this whole fucking thing under control. Got this big ass thing that holds brushes from Mary Kay, but it's from like 90 years ago, and I don't even have any of those Mary Kay brushes anymore. Fucking cleaning them. People are going to tune in and be like, she's lost it. She's fucking cleaning her caboodle. Are you fucking kidding me? She's cleaning her caboodle. We need to designate one of these things, the nasty brush bin, and I am going to designate, I don't know, should I put it on a, yeah, I'm going to designate this where the brushes go. This is where you live. This is where you belong. I'll just put all the brushes in there. Like some people might do it. I mean, I'll clean them later. I promise I'll clean these brushes. I know they're nasty, but I just did a show. And shit happens. All sorts of shit happens. Uh-oh, was that a pencil? Did a pencil just go in there? I'm already fucking up my system. Oh my God, this will not stand. This aggression will not stand. Anyway, there were hurtful things that people were saying, and I didn't like seeing them like, I didn't like seeing them arguing about it and like things getting nastier and nastier and nastier and like literally nastier, like because people were defending me. But again, I do think like maybe I'm not sure that anyone else could have gone after and gone, I'm going to say that I want to beat up a queer autistic disabled person with like serious mental illness. I don't know that a lot of people could have gotten away with that, but this person's going to. And I guess that's fine, I guess. Because, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to demand? No, I demand it. I demand that you be mean, or I demand that you stick up for me, or I demand something. Because here's the thing that I've learned. I am not part of the community, and that I am not seen as part of the community because of the stuff that I talked about earlier about the fact that most of my audience comes from elsewhere. I am never going to be a part of that community, right? So I don't need to expect that people in that community are going to be willing to break ranks to say that something is bad or whatever. Because here's the thing, not everybody, I think that I have a great luxury. I am able to say, fuck this publisher, fuck this whatever, and not really have to worry, not like maybe necessarily the publisher thing, but I can be like, oh, well, fuck this author because they're terrible and they're doing all this shit. And I can do that because I don't rely on just that one sphere for approval and acceptance to do my job and succeed. I can write a book and put it out, and the people that are going to read it are the people who, you know, know me from other places. So I'm not completely cutting myself off, you know, from the world by doing that. As a result, I have the luxury of not needing to follow the protocol of that community, but I don't get to have it both ways. I don't get to also receive support and stuff from the community while, oh no, it went down like the fucking Titanic. Oh no. Oh my God, Smashbox, you can't sit on the door with me. Okay. I should do this in order. I am doing this in order of how I do my makeup. Look, I just started putting eyes right there. So starting eyes up here, because I do eyes and then I do the rest. I do face and all that. But as I was saying, I can't expect to have the comfort of not participating or not participating according to the rules or the etiquette, and then come in and say, well, now you have to defend me from this, that, and or the other. What on earth has happened? I put it over there. I put the Harvey Weinstein one over in the shame corner. But yeah, I feel like I need to come to the part where I'm going, okay, I can't be like, oh, you know, taking stuff for all of this, you know, like taking people from all these different spheres and having connections to people in all these different spheres and go, well, I want this one sphere to like protect me. I do think it's a little bit bullshit because, like I said, I don't know many other people that could go, oh, no, it's totally fine that you said this thing about beating up someone who's, like, routinely dehumanized by the entire world. Like, I can't think of many cases where that kind of threat would be okay. You know what I mean? But again, I don't think it was a real threat. I just think that it was offsides. It is what it is. But you guys get me. You guys understand what I'm saying here. Just trying to make all my shit fit into this box. My fucking, obviously, the eyelash curler has to be a prick and be weirdly shaped. So I wanted everything like a small, you get in there too. You get in there, eyelash glue. And then after this, I have shit that I can unbox and put away. Oh, this is the Revolution Makeup Revolution London strobe lighting palette that I got at Ulta on the cheap side. I got this at the cheap side of Ulta. So anyway, if anybody has questions about the shit that's going on, feel free to ask them and I will answer them, and I will answer them in this neutral way so that people don't think I'm being snarky, or they can tell when I'm being snarky, or they don't think I'm being disingenuous. This is a good time. But yeah, and then I'm just going to clean this all out because idle hands are the devil's playground. And actually, I kind of watched some stuff on YouTube about Hereditary today, and I think that's going to be how the demons get in, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah. Anyway, while I'm doing that, I'm going to unbox some of this stuff because I felt bad for myself today, like real bad for myself today. Because it is hard. It is difficult when you feel like you are walking into a room full of people that are talking shit about you. and you're like, oh shit. Except for on Twitter, it's like you walk into a room full of people who are talking shit about you, and you're like, oh no, like I fucking like like walking into a room full of people talking shit about you, and then they look at you, and then they keep talking shit about you while maintaining eye contact. That's what today was like. So I felt a little sad, and I went to Walgreens. Okay, Bunny. Well, this is a real quick recap on that situation, and it's that I had made a comment about the way some authors had defended Alexa Riley in the past. And even though I didn't tag the authors, even though I had the authors blocked, word got to them that I had said this, or I don't know, somebody screen capped something or whatever. And then apparently there was a discussion about how I had made up lies about a person, which I can't make up lies about somebody who I don't know. And that's not me being snarky, like, oh, you're just not important enough. But like, I know sort of, I know who this person is. I know of this person. I know that at one point I may have followed this person on Twitter, but this was like a long ass time ago, and I've had them blocked for a long time. Like I noticed back in January that I had them blocked. I was like, oh wow, I have them blocked. So I don't know what sort of lies or sort of, I just, sometimes I feel like people overestimate their importance. And I'm not saying that in a snarky way. I'm just saying, I think that somebody here was thinking that I was maybe saying things and they thought, okay, that hits close to home and she's saying that about me or whatever. But it's not the case. I wasn't thinking about this person. I don't think about this person. But I did mention their pen name because of its relevance to the Alexa Riley thing. And after that happened, that person, I guess, decided to talk about being from the trailer park and throwing hands. And I was like, man, I can tell that I've had her blocked for a minute because I have been on Twitter a lot talking about how great it would be to live in a trailer and how much I wished I could live in a trailer when I grew up. Like a trailer park was like fancy to me when I was a kid. But I'm Felina Hopkins tonight. So now let's take a look at this. Anyway, so what ended up happening was there was like a whole like Twitter-wide discussion today about whether or not it was appropriate for someone to say that they wanted to beat my ass. And I just don't think that there's really a question there as to whether or not it's appropriate to say that. Anyway, this is the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Liquid Highlighter with vitamin E. I don't remember buying this, but that could have been just because of my mindset when I was at the Walgreens. Also, I was looking at stuff for a long time, so I wanted to buy probably more than I needed to because my invader's in brain. Because I thought, oh, I've been back here a long time. Maybe they'll think I stole something if I don't buy a lot of stuff to make it look like I've taken a long time carefully choosing this stuff. In fact, I wasn't actually going to buy anything there because they didn't have the one thing that I went there that I wanted. Okay. But then I was like, I can't just walk in and walk right back to the makeup, which is the most shoplifted item, and then like walk right back out and not buy anything. I have to blend in with the humans. Anyway, so this is the e.l.f. Illuminating Liquid Highlighter with vitamin E. All right. And then I also got the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. What I really wanted was that e.l.f. stuff that you use to fill up your pores, but they didn't have it. Well, now why the fuck? Excuse me. Why the fuck does it come open, but there ain't shit inside there? Put a powder puff in there or something, you cheap assholes. What am I supposed to put in there? My stash? What am I supposed to fucking put in there? My coke? My crank? My meth? What am I supposed to put in there? My pills? My heroin? Are you doing heroin, Joshua? Joshua, are you smoking heroin cigarettes? Are you participating in marijuana cigarettes, Joshua? Like, is that what that's for? I don't know. I don't know who Joshua is, but I'm his mom. My name is Karen. My son Joshua would never participate in marijuana cigarettes. I heard one time there was gymnastics moms in front of us at the gym, and they were talking about how like the one kid was like going to get cut from the team because she was participating in marijuana cigarettes, but like her daughter didn't do it. Her daughter said that that you didn't like do it or whatever. And I was, and she's like, well, she said she didn't, and I trust her because she's a good girl. And I'm like, ma'am, you just said you used the phrase participated in marijuana cigarettes. I guarantee that your daughter is the one that's buying the weed at this point. Sorry, Raven, I wasn't making fun of them. What if you took all leftover and smeared it onto a canvas before you toss it? Well, but why? Because I don't want, canvas is expensive. There's like an ominous clicking sound out there. And I don't know if it's the puppy in his crate, her crate. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I don't think they have a. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. Perfect Finish HD powder, mirror included. Buff all over face with a blending or powder brush. Use circular motion. So I'm supposed to use a brush with it. Then why is there still that compartment there? Get your shit together, Elf. Everybody talks so nice about you. They had an Elf brush, a foundation brush on sale for $2. So I thought to myself, Jenny, I said, that's my name. I said, why don't you get that? Because you know that you got to wash yours because you got to be on camera tomorrow. I'm going to put that in there with all the dirty ones. Okay. And then I got some lashes because I don't need to justify why I like fake eyelashes. I don't need to just justify that. I don't need to explain myself to you. So I'm gonna put some of my eyeshadow in here. I'm gonna keep that Clarins. I know it's not good for you, but I'm gonna keep it because it's Clarins. Like, when am I ever gonna be able to afford to buy that again? Never is the answer. I bought that with my first contract. So I should put like lips down here. I don't know what to do with the glitter. Oh, I also have Elf Poreless Face Primer because I know that the time is coming soon, right? I know that the time is coming soon that I will have to throw away the tube of the Smashbox. Like I said, I'm going to get every little tiny drip out. Let's see what this feels like. Guys, let's do this. I'm trying to push it, and it's, oh wait, no, it's not primed yet. See, look at this, way too much. Too much out. What's it look like? It doesn't feel like Smashbox. I'm doing this like I'm fucking Jeffree Star. Wait, hang on. Let me be like Jeffree Star. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to put it on this side of my face. On this side. Okay. All right. Oh, I am shook. I am shook right now. It smells minty. I hope there isn't something bad in here. And if you Jeffree Star and go, ooh, girl, it smells minty. Actually, with my hair like this, I'd be more like James Charles, but he doesn't do that weird. He doesn't say shook every 25 seconds. I am shook. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm an epileptic and I don't shake as much as you do. Jesus Christ. All right. There's also a precision concealer sponge. That I always think these look like butt toys. But doesn't that look like I bought that because it looks like a butt toy? Like, I don't know if this would be the end, but is that flared enough? I don't know. It's not like anybody's putting it in their butt. It's foam. I promise I won't put it in my butt. Let's see. And then for foundation, oh, wow, I must have been in a weird state of mind because I never buy Milani. But I did, so I guess I'm going to try some Milani foundation. Oh, wait, that's a pump top. Jenny, you stupid bastard. I'm like, is that a brush? It's a pump. So I bought this Milani. I used to buy Milani nail polish and lipstick, but I never thought to buy like the face stuff. So let's see what that's like. I'm shook. Okay, actually, I'm not shook, but I am kind of impressed by the coverage. This is like really unscientific and definitely not like but considering that that's like a black tattoo, that actually covers it up. Like, I mean, like I wouldn't wear that as cover up because you'd be like, oh, let me put another layer on, and that would start lifting and it would just be bad. That's not how you cover up tattoos. I just mean in terms of, that's a good way to gauge coverage. Tattoo yourselves. It's a good way to gain coverage. I'm going to use a makeup wipe and Susan Yara somewhere. Somewhere I hear the cries of 1,000 Susan Yaras. No makeup wipes. I'm taking that stuff off. I like unsolicited advice though, Rachel. It's fantastic. I'll take it. And then I bought some lash glue that is in fact not dark. It's not black and will not leave weird dark boogers in your eyelashes for like 2 fucking weeks. I swear to God. And I felt bad because I kept borrowing somebody else's lash glue, and I was like, I'll replace it for you. You know, I got borrowed it twice, but I was like, you know, I'll be a good person and I'll buy them a new one just because they let me use it. So I bought her another one, but I was like, all they had was the black. Sorry, that's all they had. So now I've got that's a much better. This is much better than the tube, which also this tube makes you get way too much out. So we'll put that away there. Where does this stuff go? I guess this will be the face drawer right here. I'll put the glitter in the face drawer as well. I'll put that in the face. No, wait, no, I was going to do this based on how I used it or the order in which I used shit. So that'll go up there. And I'll just leave the glitter down there. That's like an aftertouch. That has to be the only thing that I got, right? Because I didn't go wild. I only bought like a couple things. I just needed face stuff. So yeah, that's the stuff that I bought. I guess there's a hairbrush. I can just do that with my fingers. Look at my beautiful, luscious Martin Sheen West Wing haircut that I've got going on. It's so sexy. So I put some of my eye stuff there. I guess I have to put my palettes down here. Oh, this fits, and that's a face thing. So I'll put that there with the face things. Look at how good I am at this, you guys. Look at how I'm not good at it. I'm not good at organizing shit, and that's why I'm having to do this. And that's why when I tip my Coastal Scents thing. Oh, wow. Okay, so in terms of taking care of your hair and making it look good, I don't know because I don't do that. My hair tends to look just the way that it looks. If you get a short cut, my advice would be to go talk to a stylist and just be like, look, be honest with me. Like, what are, you know, this is what I want. Am I going to look like a Gomer? You know, and like, they'll tell you, like once they have permission to tell you that you would look like a Gomer, they'd be like, you're going to look like a Gomer. So go and do that and just be like, look, you are totally allowed to say, you know, whether or not. And so do that. Just be like, just be brutally honest with me. What kind of haircut should I get? Because if like I went in and I wanted like this haircut, but I think she did something a little bit different from what I told her because she knows whether or not it would make me look like a Gomer. Taking care of it, I guess if you go in and you get it trimmed, you know, it probably be like maybe you need a trim like once a month. I mean, that might be too like hasty of an estimate, but it just seems like if you wanted it to stay at like the very perfect length, you probably want to get it. And then making it look good, I don't know. I've been doing this sort of like careless tousled, like putting putty in my hair and just going like this and being like, yeah, I don't care. I don't, you know, I really don't care about that kind of, you know, I really don't care. I'm just, you know, but I make sure usually that it's not sticking up. You know, this kind of like, but also if it's not that, like you could put it forward like that and you could like make it go up in the morning. I look like Mia Farrow and in that thing where she had the baby with the devil. Hello, ambiguous intent. Yes, well, I had shit that I wanted to say about some of the drama that was going on Twitter today, and I wanted to do it in my voice because I felt like doing it in text wasn't going to work because, as I've explained to everybody, my autism makes me like Invader Zim. And I feel like I'm constantly just trying to fit in with the humans and study them. So it just dawned on me that it might be why I like Invader Zim so much. Lies. It's Gur. It's all Gur. Thank you for the hair thing. So I'll put this face stuff here. I'm cleaning out my makeup box. And I'm reorganizing my makeup box. So I'm just paying because I got a few things today because I got upset about something and then I went to Walgreens. I don't ever even go to Oh my God. And here's the thing. My cousin, when I drove into town, my cousin owns the pharmacy across the street from Walgreens. What if he saw me walk into Walgreens? What if my cousin, Jenny, drove all the way into town? She drove all the way here and she went to Walgreens and I'm sitting right, you can, like, I could fucking walk across the street. I hope he did not see me. Oh well, the spinny wheel happens. Spinny wheels in the sky keeps on turning, or what have you. I'll put my Derma blend up here. Look at everything is like so much easier to put together. Everything is so much easier, I guess. More eye stuff. You got that spinny wheel. You people got the spinning wheel. Either that or everybody went, she's not going to talk shit about anybody. Oh my God. I've wasted my time. She's not going to like flip out and talk shit about anybody. Felina Hopkins style. Because I really am not going to freak out and talk shit about anybody Felina Hopkins style. I think I did it. Oh my God, oh wait, no. Gotta have my tweezers. Those go in there. Oh, see? That's a good idea too. Plastic containers. I'll put my makeup wipes down there. Yeah, I guess it'd be better than this monstrosity. Everybody comes to the theater with like a little makeup bag, and then I get out like the fucking Leviathan. About your mental health. Well, let me tell you what. I don't know. I'm sort of the opinion that might not have been a breakdown video. That might have been, like me, that might have been a baseline. Which, if you're watching this and you're like, what do you mean, Jenny? This is your baseline. I thought you were in a mental health, crisis. And it's like, oh, no, I fucking leave me. I am in a, do you want to talk about crisis? I'm in a crisis. But this is also just baseline me. So I'm kind of wondering if it was, if that was just baseline her. Anyway, I will be doing Drunk Tarot on Saturday. I might be salty by then. I might be. That's what the kids say, right? Salty when they think that that something is like they get mad about something. I don't know, but if that's the case, maybe I'll do a reading on this shit. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I do know that what I've kind of learned from this whole situation is that I have to just sort of accept. It is not one of those like, oh, I have to accept that people don't like me type thing. This is more of a, I have to accept. I have to turn off my hot light. Well, now it's not bright enough. It's all weird. I just have to accept that I'm not a part of the romance community. And I was never going to be, because I think you have to draw all your stuff from there and draw all your connections, and all the things that you do have to be contained there. And mine aren't. And that's just a career thing. That's just a career differences thing. So I've got to stop taking it personally. And I have got to stop trying to force myself into a hole where I don't fit, because I specifically tend to think that that 9 times out of 10, if people don't like me, it's because I'm trying to force myself into a place where I don't fit, and I gotta stop doing that. That's ridiculous. It does suck. It does suck to sort of see some of the conversations that was going around. I was like, wow, I can't believe that we're all really discussing this as though there's some like sort of gray area. But yeah, it is what it is. So that's I hope, tomorrow, if somebody does a long ass Felina Hopkins breakdown thread like I did when her thing was, but just think of this more as just an impromptu hangout in which I put pants on camera, and because I wasn't wearing pants, and then they weren't even really pants, they were just stiff ass running tights, and it was super unflattering, and you guys got to see my ass in my running tights. And at a weird angle. You're welcome. I'm not even going to charge extra for that. I am not. But it's 12 o'clock, so I will probably go to bed, and then I will see anybody who is around and likes to do that on Drunk Tarot. How do I don't do Drunk Tarot in here? The internet connection is better. Nobody's tap dancing. I don't have a puppy in a crate. Or Fitshay's Fortune Teller. I shouldn't say Drunk Tarot. There's somebody on Twitter that has a Drunk Tarot, that already has Drunk Tarot as a thing. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed, and I'm not going to watch any more stuff about Hereditary. like I did this afternoon to scare myself, because that's how the demons get in. So thanks for just hanging out and taking time to listen. And oh no, not Blade Trasket. But basically, thanks for listening, and hopefully some of the stuff I said made sense about the situation and how I'm feeling about things. And I'm just kind of disappointed. My feelings got a little bit hurt, but I think it's all just needing to figure out my place, needing to figure out where I fit in, and needing to figure out my place. And if my place isn't there, then my place is someplace else. But I will, though, reiterate that saying that you're going to beat somebody's ass isn't wise when they have LA colors in their makeup box, because that means you've been through shit. And I'm not going to lie. I'd be like, I don't, if this fucking face gets messed up, I don't care. I don't have anything to lose. What's going to happen? You're going to make my nose look like weirder, flatter in the middle? Do it. Let's see what happens. Free plastic surgery. Arranged by fist. Turn on your location. I want you to wreck up my face and just see what the results are. Anyway, good night. I probably will be salty on Saturday.